Yeah, hi, Alex.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. This is Thomas McGannon from
Yes,
Whetstone. How
Thomas.
are you today?
I'm sorry, from where?
From Whetstone Capital.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot the company name.
Yeah, no, that's very fine. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm in Florida, so enjoying the blue sky, bright sun, and all the things which come with it.
That's wonderful. It looks like you're based in Naples. Is that right?
Yes, my primary residence is Naples, Florida. Yes, that's where I am right now.
That's great. My partner David, who probably is not going to be able to join us, he and I think that Andrew, did you just join?
I did, but I'm walking to the airport.
Awesome. Okay, super. Yeah. And Alex, yeah, just to give you a heads up, but we are all kind of in the travel motion today. So as
Yeah.
we're talking, I'll be making my way to the airport. But yeah, no, Naples is a wonderful part of the world. We actually a few
Yes,
years
I
ago, we moved our business there for the month of March. We were all kind of in a situation where our kids were young and our wives had some flexibility. So we went and ran a business from Naples for a month, and it was really wonderful. So I understand why you are there.
Yes. Are you saying you have an office there even today or no?
So we have family in Naples,
Uh-huh.
and so my partner, his father, lives in is it Port Royal
Port
maybe?
Charlotte, Port Royal in Naples.
Yes.
Yeah, this is probably
Um,
the best area of Naples. Yes, the most.
yeah,
Yes.
his parents have a very nice home down there,
Uh, yes.
and so anyways, but I have some family not in Port Royal, but in Naples, and so we were down there in around Thanksgiving of last year. So thankfully we got there right after the red tide had
Oh
had
yes, yes.
subsided. So we had
It
a
was
really
disastrous. Yeah,
nice
you're right.
visit.
You're right.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
Port Royal is a little bit out of my price range as well. I have a
Yeah.
I have a friend here who used to be owner of a company called Allen Systems Group (ASG), which is software
Okay.
development company, and then he sold the company and and sold his um, property in Port Royal, I think for 46 or 47 million dollars.
Oh
So
my
just to give you an
God.
idea, yeah,
Wow.
it's a little bit
Wow.
kind of exactly.
That's
Have to work
insane.
another five lifetimes to get to that point.
Yeah, that's insane. Well, cool. Well, Alex, I really appreciate you doing this call. Is this something that you've done before? Are you kind of familiar with the investor kind of expert research call format, or is this something that's new for you?
No, I have done it before. I've done it
Okay.
for quite a few years, working
Okay.
for companies like Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, you name it. So yeah,
Okay,
it's
great.
not something which I'm not familiar with. And just in the spirit of full disclosure, I used to be working years ago in an investment banking group for
Okay.
technical investments. So technical due diligence and calls with companies and analysts is something which I used to do like for a living.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, great. Well, I'm glad that you have that familiarity here. That's great. So Alex, just I'll kind of give you just an introduction and an overview for who we are and what we're looking to accomplish
Okay.
from speaking with you. So our fund is a couple $100 million investment partnership, and we spend most of our time in technology-enabled businesses. I think initially when we started down our technology path, we were looking at the SaaS layer and just
Uh-huh.
getting a fundamental understanding for the productivity enhancements and kind of value proposition of your typical enterprise software offering. We as we got farther into that, though, we realized, oh my gosh, the whole landscape seems to be changing, and potentially in a pretty dramatic way. Something that maybe even approaches like some some generational IT shift. What with kind of moving to more of a services-based architecture, moving from from waterfall to agile, starting to introduce containerization, and really kind of just this whole notion of cloud computing as a a physical place in the public cloud, and then also this notion of cloud native technologies. And so we have become really fascinated by the kind of the way in which new companies can get up and running at a fraction of the cost and a fraction of the time for what it used to take, and really interested in understanding what digital transformation really is, and who the companies are that are going to aid in enterprises' desire to adopt these newer technologies. And so we've spent a whole bunch of time learning about Amazon and their public cloud offering, and Azure and GCP. But when Pivotal came public last year, that seems to be a potentially different, more direct, hands-on, I suppose, way to think about digital transformation in the enterprise. What with their Pivotal Labs offering, and I think increasingly it's our belief or understanding that Pivotal might play a pretty interesting role in the broader kind of Dell VMware ecosystem when thinking about the developer side of the IT organization. VMware certainly comes more from an infrastructure point of view, but that Pivotal maybe seems to kind of bridge a gap between infrastructure and developers, and thinking about how those development processes in enterprise get modernized, and how their existing assets, both kind of people and physical property and intellectual property, just kind of thinking about how those assets get kind of upgraded for more of a modern environment. And so we've spoken to a whole bunch of technologists. We've gotten a very wide dispersion of opinions on you ask 10 technologists and you'll get 14 opinions on this.
Exactly.
But I think so. I think that we have a fairly good understanding of the role that Pivotal Cloud Foundry plays. We're still trying to better understand how Kubernetes, their Pivotal container services, kind of trying to think about how that fits into the equation. And so we've spoken to a whole bunch of customers. We've spoken to a lot of technologists, and we got a really great opportunity to speak with Armin Dadger, the co-founder of HashiCorp. And when we were chatting, and we mentioned Pivotal, he highlighted that he thought that JP Morgan might have been a situation where maybe Pivotal wasn't very successful, and that I think his understanding was that maybe there had been an expensive initiative to adopt PCF that ended up kind of failing to launch. And so when we asked Tigis to look at JP Morgan, and they brought us you, I thought, this guy is great. He's written a book on data warehousing. He's going to be able to give us some wide-ranging perspective. And so really, Alex, I'd love to hear about the kind of specifics of what the life of Pivotal looks like at JP Morgan.
Right.
I'd also just love to kind of open some conversation up to just more wide-ranging kind of state of the market technology. And, I think that there are a host of just different ways that we could go with that. But anything that's pertaining to how you see Pivotal evolving in this ecosystem, I think is going to be time well spent for us.
Okay. That's a great introduction. Thank you so much. By the way, just a small correction, 2 corrections. I wrote about 9 books, not 1. So, I cover all kinds of technology.
Thank you for that. Yeah.
Probably more importantly, I